हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू क्लैरी प्रेप। जहां हम कॉन्सेप्ट्स को सिर्फ याद नहीं करते हैं बल्कि उन्हें क्लैरिटी के साथ अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं। एज यू नो, वी हैव स्टार्टेड अवर क्विक इंडियन पॉलिटी सीरीज स्पेशली फ्रॉम द प्रीलिम्स पर्सपेक्टिव। टिल नाउ वी हैव कंप्लीटेड टू इंपॉर्टेंट लेक्चर एंड आज के लेक्चर में हम कवर करने वाले हैं वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्चुअल कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ इंडियन पॉलिटी विच इज अबाउट द पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। तो आज हम कवर करेंगे पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में। पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। अब आप सोच सकते हैं कि पार्ट्स ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तो एक सिंपल सा टॉपिक है, इसमें इतना इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है। लेकिन प्रीलिम्स में इसी टॉपिक से बहुत डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल, पार्ट 1 डील्स विद व्हाट, पार्ट 9 डील्स विद व्हाट, विच पार्ट डील्स विद द इमरजेंसी प्रोविजन, विच पार्ट डील्स विद द ट्राइब्यूनल्स, विच पार्ट डील्स विद द ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज। और कई बार एग्जामिनेशन में स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन भी आते रहे हैं। इसलिए आज के लेक्चर में हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव सिर्फ पार्ट्स को पढ़ना नहीं बल्कि उन्हें एक लॉजिकल सीक्वेंस में अंडरस्टैंड और मेमोराइज करना है। सो विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी मोर टाइम, लेट्स स्टार्ट टुडे टॉपिक। अब हम बात करें ओरिजिनल वर्सेस प्रेजेंट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की। तो ओरिजिनल वर्सेस प्रेजेंट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की अगर हम बात करें तो ओरिजिनली द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कंसिस्ट 22 पार्ट्स। Originally, the Constitution contained 22 parts, but over the year, through constitutional amendments, several new parts were inserted, like Part 4A, Part 9A, Part 9B, Part 14A. इन पार्ट्स को बाद में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में इंसर्ट किया गया। एट द सेम टाइम कुछ प्रोविजन को ओमिट भी किया गया। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, पार्ट 7 which deal with states in Part B of the first schedule was omitted by 7th Constitution Amendment Act of 1956. It deals with what? It deals with the states in Part B of first schedule. It was omitted by 7th Constitution Amendment Act of 1956. अब हम एक पार्ट्स को डिटेल में देखेंगे। तो सबसे पहला पार्ट है पार्ट 1। पार्ट 1. Part 1 of the Indian Constitution deals with the Union and its territories. It deals with Article 1 to Article 4. यानी अगर क्वेश्चन आता है आर्टिकल 1 टू आर्टिकल 4 डील विद व्हाट, आंसर होगा द यूनियन एंड इट्स टेरिटरी। एंड आर्टिकल 1 की बात करें, अगर हम आर्टिकल 1 की बात करें तो आर्टिकल 1 इज इंडिया दैट इज भारत शैल बी अ यूनियन ऑफ स्टेट्स। आर्टिकल 2 deals with the admission and establishment of new states. Article 3 deals with the formation of new states, alteration of areas, boundaries and names of states. And Article 4 deals with laws under Article 2 and 3, amendment to first and fourth schedules. Article 4 deals with the laws made under Article 2 and Article 3 and their consequential amendment to the first and fourth schedule. सो पार्ट 1 को याद रखिए, पार्ट 1 डील्स विद द यूनियन एंड इट्स टेरिटरीज एंड इट कंसिस्ट आर्टिकल 1 to 4। हम एक एक आर्टिकल को डिटेल में समझेंगे, बट अभी हमारा मेन फोकस रहेगा पार्ट्स पर और वो किस आर्टिकल से डील्स करते हैं। पार्ट सेकंड इज अबाउट द पार्ट सेकंड की बात करें तो पार्ट सेकंड डील्स विद द सिटीजनशिप एंड इट कंटेन्स आर्टिकल 5 to 11 एंड यह मेनली डील्स करता है सिटीजनशिप एट द कमेंसमेंट ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एंड रिलेटेड मैटर्स। तो पार्ट सेकंड किससे डील करता है? सिटीजनशिप से एट द टाइम ऑफ कमेंसमेंट ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। एक बहुत सिंपल सीक्वेंस बनाइए, लाइक पार्ट आर्टिकल 1 4 टेरिटरी, आर्टिकल 5 to 11 सिटीजनशिप, लाइक दिस। पार्ट थर्ड विच इज द most important part of the Indian Constitution, we can say that it is the heart and soul of the Indian Constitutions. It deals with the fundamental rights. It deals with the fundamental rights and from Article 12 to Article 35. फंडामेंटल राइट्स हमारी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की बेसिक राइट्स फ्रेमवर्क प्रोवाइड करते हैं। And articles 12 to article 35 also enshrined in the part 3rd of the Indian Constitution. अब हम बात करते हैं पार्ट फोर्थ ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। पार्ट फोर डील्स विद द डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसीज, ऑल्सो नोन एज DPSPs. It contains Article 36 to 51. तो पार्ट फोर्थ DPSP, आर्टिकल 36 टू आर्टिकल 51। अब हम बात करते हैं पार्ट फोर्थ ए। पार्ट फोर्थ ए ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डील्स विद द फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज। यह पार्ट ओरिजिनली कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का हिस्सा नहीं था। इट वॉज इंसर्टेड बाई 42nd कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंडमेंट एक्ट ऑफ 1976, and with this a new article was also added in the Indian Constitution, which is Article 51A. यह प्रीलिम्स के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्चुअल कॉम्बिनेशन है। तो अगर आपसे पूछा जाए 42nd अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 1976 से कौन सा पार्ट ऐड हुआ, वो है पार्ट फोर्थ ए। इट डील्स विद द फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज। और कौन सा आर्टिकल इसके लिए है, वो है आर्टिकल 51A। अब हम बात करते हैं पार्ट फिफ्थ की। अगर पार्ट फिफ्थ की बात करें तो इट डील्स विद द यूनियन ऑफ द कंट्री। इट कंटेन्स आर्टिकल 52 to article 151, and part 5th is divided into 5 chapters. The chapter 1 deals with the executive from article 52 to article 78. इसमें प्रेसिडेंट, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर, प्राइम मिनिस्टर और अटॉर्नी जनरल आज से रिलेटेड प्रोविजन आते हैं। चैप्टर 2 डील्स विद द पार्लियामेंट फ्रॉम आर्टिकल 79 to 122. Chapter 3 deals with the legislative power of the president, deals with the article 123. Chapter 4 is about union judiciary like Supreme Court from article 124 to article 147. Chapter 5 is deals with the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, also known as CAG. It deals with the article 148 to 151. So part 5th, the union from article 52 to article 151. It deals with the 5 chapter. Chapter 1 executive, chapter 2 parliament, chapter 3 legislative power of the president, chapter 4 union judiciary from article 124 to article 147, and CAG from article 148 to 151 in chapter 5 of the Indian Constitution, in the part 5th of the Indian Constitution. अब अगर बात करें part 6th, then the part 6 deals with the states, and the article contains in this parts are 152 to 237, and there are 6 chapter in this part. 6 chapter. First chapter is general chapter, which deals with article 152. Chapter 2nd deals with the executive of the states, like it consists governor, council of minister, chief minister, from article 153 to article 167. Chapter 3rd of the part 6 deals with the state legislature. It uh, it contains article 168 to 212. Chapter 4 deals with the legislative power of the governor. Article 123 legislative power of the president के लिए क्या आर्टिकल था, आर्टिकल 123। इसका आप अपोजिट एक तरीके से देख सकते हैं। और चैप्टर 4th ऑफ द पार्ट 6th ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डील्स विद द लेजिस्लेटिव पावर ऑफ द गवर्नर, which and the article deals with it, article 213. Chapter 5 deals with the high court in the states, and article 214 to 231. Chapter 6 subordinate courts, article 233 to article 237. अब एक इंपॉर्टेंट है यहां पर पार्ट 7. पार्ट 7 इज omitted by 7th Constitution Amendment Act. By 7th Constitution Amendment Act of 1956. Originally, this part deals with the states in part B of the first schedule, and it deals with the article 238, and the article 238 and part 7, which deals with the state in part B of the first schedule, omitted by 7th Constitution Amendment Act of 1956. तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसको याद रखिए। अब हम बात करते हैं पार्ट 8 of the Indian Constitution, which deals with the union territories and the articles 239 to 242. Article 239 is particularly important because it deals with the administration of union territories. So Article 239 deals with administration of UT. So part 8 of the Indian Constitution deals with what? The Union Territories, and Article 239 to Article 242, in which the Article 239 is important because it deals with the administration of Union Territories. Now if we talk about the part 9 of the Indian Constitution, then it deals with the panchayats. It is a very important part. Please remember it. And it deals with the article 243 to 243O. It is inserted by 73rd Constitution Amendment Act of 1992. This amendment gave constitutional status to Panchayati Raj institution. This gave constitu- constitutional constitutional status to PRIs. Now we talk about the part 9 of 9A of the Indian Constitution. Part 9A of the Indian Constitution deals with the municipalities, and article deals with 243P to 243ZG. It is inserted by 74th Constitution Amendment Act of 1992. So the 73rd Constitution Amendment Act is for the Panchayat, which inserted Part 9, Article 243 to 243O. Part 9A of the Indian Constitution deals with the municipalities. It deals with the Article 243P to 243ZG. It is inserted by 74th Constitution Amendment Act of 1992. It gave the constitutional status to municipalities. Now one more important bit is part 9b. It deals with the cooperative societies, and article deals with it 243ZH to 243ZT. It is inserted by 97th Constitution Amendment Act of 2011, and it is a very important part for the examination point of view, because there is an amendment which is 97th Constitution Amendment Act of 2011, which inserted part 9b of the Indian Constitution, which deals with the cooperative society, and the article consists in this part are 243ZH to 243ZT. And one important thing here is also that Supreme Court verdict of 2021, the Union of India versus Rajendra and Shah, which said that Part 9V struck down for state level cooperatives, provision for multi-state cooperative upheld, and want of state ratification. Part 9B struck down for state level cooperation. It is a Supreme Court verdict of 2021 for in Union of India versus Rajendra and Shah. Now we are going to talk about part 10 of the Indian Constitution. Part 10 of the Indian Constitution deals with schedule and tribal areas. It deals with the article 244 to 244A. Then this part is particularly relevant in the context of 5th and 6th schedule areas. So the part 9 deals with the schedule and tribal areas, and article 244 to 244A. Then the part 11 of the Indian Constitution deals with the relation between the union and states. It deals with the article 245 to 263. There are the two chapters in this part. First is legislative relation, which deals with article 245 to 255. Then chapter 2, administrative relation, from article 256 to 263. So part 11 of the Indian Constitution deals with relationship between the union and the states, and the article 245 to article 263 deals with it. And there are two chapters. Chapter 1, legislative relation, which deals with the article 245 to 255. Then chapter 2, administrative relation, which deals with article 256 to 263. Then part 12 of the Indian Constitution. Which part? Part 12 of the Indian Constitution deals with finance, property, contracts and suits. and Article 264 to 308 deals with this part. And this part consists four chapters. Chapter 1 deals with finance, Article 264 to 291. Chapter 2 deals with borrowings, Article 292 to 293. Chapter 3 deals with property, contracts, rights, liabilities, obligations, suits, and Article 294 to 300 deals with it. So part 12 of the Indian Constitution deals with finance, property, contract and suits. It consists four chapters. It consists article from 264 to 300A. Now the article 300 is very important in this context, and the chapter 4 of part 12 of the Indian Constitution also very important, because it was added by 44th Constitution Amendment Act of 1978, and it also deleted right to property as a fundamental rights and inserted right to property as a legal right in part 12 of the Indian Constitution in chapter 4 as a legal right under article 300A. So right to property removed from fundamental rights by 44th Constitution Amendment Act of 1978, and article 300A was inserted by this amendment in part 12 of the Indian Constitution in chapter 4 as a legal right. So it is all about part 12. Now part 13. Part 13 of the Indian Constitution deals with trade, commerce and intercourse, and it deals with article 301 to 307. Then part 14 of the Indian Constitution deals with services under the union and the states, and article 308 to 323 deals with it. And it has two chapters. Chapter 1 services under article 308 to 314. Chapter 2 PSC Public Service Commission like UPSC, SPSC under article 315 to 323. So part 14 of the Indian Constitution deals with the services under the union and the states, and article 308 to 323 contains in this part, and there are two more chapters. Chapter 1 deals with the services, and the article 308 to 314 deals with it, and chapter 2 deals with the Public Services Commission, and which deals with article 315 to 323. Now part 14A. Part 14A, very important. Part 14A deals with the tribunals. It was inserted by 42nd Constitution Amendment Act of 1976. Part 14A deals with the tribunals, inserted by 42nd Constitution Amendment Act of 1976. It deals with the article 323A to 323B. This is a very important part. Now part 15. Part 15 deals with the election, and the article consist in this part are article 324 to article 329, and article 324 deals with the Election Commission of India. Article 329 it deals omitted. Article 329A is older constitution material, but the provision has been omitted. So article 329 omitted, inserted by 39th Constitution Amendment Act, later omitted by 44th Constitution Amendment Act. So the part 15 of the Indian Constitution deals with the election. It deals with the article 324 to 329. Article 324 is very important because it deals with the Election Commission of India, and article 329A is omitted by 44th Constitution Amendment Act, and it is inserted by 39th Constitution Amendment Act, but it is later omitted. Now the Part 16 of the Indian Constitution deals with the special provision relating to certain classes. It broadly deals with the constitution provisions relating to representation. Safeguards for certain classes include scheduled caste and scheduled tribes and other specified classes. The present range of this part is article 330 to 342A. It deals with the reservation of seats for SC, ST in legislature, Identification of SC, ST backward classes. So it is an important articles because include provisions relating to the reservation of seats in legislature, and identification of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and socially and education backward classes. So part 16 deals with the special provision related to certain classes, and article 330 to 342A. Now we are moving to the part 17 of the Indian Constitution. Which part? Which deals with the official language, and the article deals with this part are article 343 to 351, and the four chapters are included in this part. Chapter 1, language of the union, which deals with article 343 to 344. Chapter 2 is about regional languages from article 345 to 347. Chapter 3 deals with the language of the Supreme Court, High Court, deals with the article 348 to 349. Chapter 4 deals with the special directives, article from article 350 to 351. So, uh, so the part 17 deals with the official language, article 343 to 351. Now, the most important part of the Indian Constitution is part 18 of the Indian Constitution, which is about the emergency provision from article 350 to 360. Article 352 deals with national emergency, article 356 deals with president rule, and article 360 deals with the financial emergency. So there are these three: emergency, national emergency under article 352, financial emergency under article 360, and president rule under article 356. Now, the part 19 of the Indian Constitutions, which is a miscellaneous part, it deals with the article 361 to 367. It contains article 361, protection of president and governors, article 361A, protection of publication and proceedings of legislation, Article 363, war on dispute from treaties agreement with former Indian states. Article 363, a de-recognition of rulers of abolition of privy purse. Article 365, effect of failure to comply with union direction, and it is also deals with emergency provision. Article 367 deals with the interpretations. So part 19 of the Indian Constitution is miscellaneous part, which deals with article 361 to article 367, in which the important articles are article 361, which protect to president and governor. Article 361A is also a protection of publication of proceedings of legislature. Article 363, it is a bar on dispute from treaties agreement with former Indian states. Article 363A deals with de-recognition of rulers, abolition of privy purse, and Article 365 is an important article because it it effect of failure to comply with union direction, and Article 367 deals with the interpretation. Now, part 20 of the Indian Constitution, which deals with the amendment of the Constitution, which deals with the amendment of Constitution, and the Article 368 deals with it. Part 20 of the Indian Constitution. Part 21. Part 21 of the Indian Constitution deals with the temporary, transitional, and special provision. The Article 369 to 392 deals with it, and it is important because the constitution at the time of commencement had to deal with different historical and administrative situation. It include provision relating to temporary arrangement, transitional provision, and special provision for certain states. For example, special provision for certain states are provided through articles such as article 371, 371A, 371 C, D, and so on. So remember the broad theme. Part 21 deals with the temporary plus transition plus special provision for certain states during the time of independence of, and the article deals with 369 to 392. Now the part 22 of the Indian Constitution deals with short titles, commencement, authoritative text in Hindi and repeals, and the article 393 to 395 deals with it. So part 22 deals with short title, commencement, authoritative text in Hindi and repeals, and 393 to 395 uh, article deals with it. Now, important examination correct connection. This is a very important. अब मैं बात करूंगा कुछ कॉम्बिनेशन की जो आपको स्पेशली याद रखने फ्रॉम द एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, जैसे कि 42nd अमेंडमेंट 1976. It include fundamental duties in the Indian Constitution in the form of Part 4A. It also include tribunals in the Part 14A, and Article 51A is also included with it, and the tribunals are also included with it. So 42nd Constitution Amendment Act, Fundamental Duties, Part 14A, आर्टिकल लिख लीजिए यहाँ पे 51A आर्टिकल, ट्राइब्यूनल्स इसका पार्ट लिख लीजिए आप 14A. देन द 73rd कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंडमेंट एक्ट ऑफ 92, पंचायत पार्ट हो गया 9. 74th कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंडमेंट एक्ट ऑफ 1992 deals with the municipalities, and part 9 is inserted by this amendment. 97th constitutional amendment act of 2011 added cooperative societies in part 9b of the Indian constitution. Then the 44th amendment act of 1978 added article 300A and right to property removed from as a fundamental rights and included into article 300A as a legal right. Then another important amendment is 7th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1956 that omitted Part 7 of the Indian Constitution, which deals with the states in the Part B of the first schedule. सो गाइज आज के लेक्चर में हमने पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को कंप्लीटली कवर किया. इस टॉपिक को सिर्फ एक लॉन्ग लिस्ट की तरह मत देखिए. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द सीक्वेंस, लाइक फर्स्ट टेरिटरी, देन सिटीजनशिप, फंडामेंटल राइट्स, देन डीपीएसपी फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज, फिर यूनियन स्टेट्स, यूनियन टेरिटरीज, पंचायत, म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज, कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी, और आगे सेंटर स्टेट रिलेशन, फाइनेंस, ट्रेड, सर्विसेज, ट्राइब्यूनल्स, इलेक्शंस, स्पेशल प्रोविजन, लैंग्वेज, इमरजेंसी, मिसलेनियस अमेंडमेंट, स्पेशल प्रोविजन, रिपील्स. वंस यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस फ्लो, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के पार्ट्स याद करना काफी आसान हो जाता है. एंड रिमेंबर फॉर प्रीलिम्स these factual topics may look simple but examination में इन्हीं से very direct questions आते हैं. So make sure that you revise this topic multiple times. I hope you enjoyed the lecture, and more importantly I hope the concept is now clear. I will see you in the next lecture with important topic for your competitive exam. Till then, keep learning, keep revising, and keep building your concept with Clary Prep, where concepts meet with the clarity. Thank you very much.